everyone. This is Soren, your chess friend. Quarter to 7, 5th of June, and still very sunny and very nice here for London, UK. It's very, very unusual, and I mean, it's getting summery now, so that's good. Okay, uh, where were we? Where were we? We were with the puzzle rush, and then we'll have a look at the Norway chess. Let's do the puzzle rush now. Well, how did I score yesterday? How much did I score? I think it was like 30 or something, 32 or something. Because I'm not incredibly fast, so. Oh, okay. Check. Can I take that guy? Ah, still slow. Okay, perhaps survival would be better. Still slow. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Oopsie daisy. Opposition. Wait, I'm in check. What? Black to move. Oh, black to move. I thought it's white to move. Disaster. I thought it whites to move. If it's white to move, crazy. Nice one. We don't even bother taking the rook. We actually checkmating. Yeah. Um, should work like this. And the knight, the pawn is pinned, right? And should deliver checkmate here on g2. And one of these. What the heck am I doing here? Is there a fork somewhere? And not quite finished yet, isn't it? Am I checking again? Do I have a fork? And what are we doing here? Just looking for some all sorts of forks and things. Let's get rid of the knight so we can deliver some checkmate. Okay. What am I doing? Taking? No. Moving here. I think I want to go here. Or I want to go here. Well, bloody hell. Here. Oh. I wanted to do a skewer. It didn't work this time. It didn't work this time. Maybe next time. Wait. I'm in check, for Christ's sake. Oh, come on. Nah. Too slow. Way too slow. Way too slow. What's the deal? Do I double up here? I mean, do I do a battery and then take it on cheat? Or I mean, just to move? No, I don't think so. Or do it? I take with the queen. Oh, that's not survival, man. That is this is not survival. Okay, running out of time. What? I don't know. Let's just take that guy. And nah, that probably was a subtlety somewhere. Okay. I need more coffee, perhaps. Taking, probably. White to move, white to move. Okay. Oh, the knight is under attack. Okay. Where did this guy go? I mean, where do I go? Hmm? What the heck's going on here? Hmm. Do we attack the knight? Do they not go somewhere? What's going on? Taking this guy was looking for complete nonsense. Absolutely complete nonsense. Mm-hmm. Boy, wait a minute. That's how it works. Just like this. We make a pin, and we make a pin. No, we don't make a pin. We play a check. Now we check, and we take the rook. So that's a back rank practically. Wow, so slow. Very slow. Like very slow. Way too slow, I'd say. Way too slow here. You can't do like this. I think it's a. Oh no, I thought it's a queen sacrifice or something. Mm, is it check and then do I play in? Yeah. Okay, something like. Oh come on! Was it the other night? It might have been the other night. Might have been the other night. Hey, that's it then. Um, check here. What's? Oh come on! What was that? Anyway, not puzzle rush because obviously I'm not very fast at this one. But let's see the Norway chess, and let's see what our Super Grandmasters play today. Games. Let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look here. Kalsad Ariantari, Anish Giri Gukesh, Nakamura Firuja. Oh, definitely we have to look at that one. Well, we got to look at all of them, just for like 60 minutes more or less. Caruana Abdusatorov. Okay, Nakamura Firuja. Let's click on this one here. Nakamura Firuja. Who's number 2 in the world now? Hello. Hi there, Chloe. How's it going, man? All right? Look at this one, Nakamura Firuja. amongst others, super grandmasters playing now. Firouzja. Okay, let me toggle off the lines actually. And no feedback, just the eval bar. How are you, dude? All good? How's the sound? Hello, Max. Oh, dude, what is you doing? Is the sound okay at your end? Stereo, nice and stereo. What? What do you mean you're worried about your height? What does that mean? Thank you for confirming, hello Max. You're worried about your height? I mean, like what? You're like a basketball player or something? Is that bad? How could you be worried about your height, man? What do you mean? We are chess players. We don't care about physical appearance. We couldn't care less about physical appearance. We're looking at our minds. Don't worry about that, man. Really. Do you know something? Just do some sports. So do chess, practice chess, study, but also do some sports. What sports do you like to do? I mean, I cycle, I run, I do some weightlifting every now and then. What sports do you like to do? Because it seems to me like you're a very decent chess player and a very nice, promising chess career. You never know, maybe you'll become a grandmaster, you say. So you gotta be optimistic. Climbing and volleyball, dude, that's amazing. This is so good, man. This is so good. I don't think you need to worry about this kind of things. You don't need to worry, hello Max. Just do your chess, enjoy it. Climbing, I've never done climbing. I've never done climbing. Uh, I don't think I'm good at it. I'm quite heavy. That's all right, man. That's absolutely fine. I mean, really, just enjoy the chess, enjoy the sports that you like doing, and you'll be absolutely fine. Maybe you'll become a grandmaster in no time. Really, don't take it too seriously. Forget about that thing with the heights. I mean, come on. You got no issue, man. I'm telling you, you're fine. You're young. You're smart. I like to do climbing, but I'm a bit heavy, you see. I mean, last time I was weighing like 90 kilos. I'm a heavy guy. So oh boy. It's a miracle I can cycle, you know. And I can do some running too. Not very fast though. Got a bit of endurance though. I can run a few miles. Okay, so what do you think? Is Alireza going to win here, Elomax or Nakamura? Look at his position here. The engine says plus 0.81 for Alireza. The young grandmaster representing France from Iran, playing for France. The French guy. Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There's a little bit of a pressure. And there is another funky one. If you look at this one, Elo Max, you can see that the bishop on g7 is sort of like hitting at its own pawn. For the time being, I suspect when he pushes this guy, probably he might have something here. On the other hand, that comes with a setback, and the setback would be here that if you were to push at some point, I don't know when, this guy then will be hitting its own pawn as well. So apparently if you want to activate a bishop, you gotta sacrifice the other bishop and vice versa. If you want to keep this guy diagonal, this guy is gonna stay close unless Nakamura chooses some other diagonal for that bishop, for say. Because I'm telling you something. The pawn on f6 Elomax, to my understanding, is actually trying to staving off the knight incursions here. So you really want to stop this knight. So probably Nakamura keeps the f7, keeps the f6 exactly for this purpose. And I suspect he might be willing to just play some bishop h6, just trying to get this diagonal, which is not very bad either. c1 h6 is not very bad at all. Now, obviously, Alireza now needs to think, okay, he took with the queen. He took with the queen. That will do a very nice square. Queen to e7 is quite nice. Attacking the bishop. Having this. That's nice. That's not bad at all. And I suspect if Nakamura were to be pushing f6 to f5, I guess knight on f3 would like to jump on e5. And that's quite dangerous. So something makes me say that I don't think Nakamura is going to push the pawn, is he? I mean, what? Okay. So he chose to go f8. Because he wants to stop e7 while we said. I'm just wondering if he could have played maybe rook e8 previously rather than bishop f8. I mean, it's good to counteract the queen. Now, the bishop took a little bit of defensive stance, but at the same time, I think Nakamura also plans probably bishop d6. And then he wants to get the rook. Of course, he will get the rook probably on e8. What do you think? That the case? Bishop d6 and rook e8. Do you think that's a good setup for black here, Elomax? Might that be a good setup? Well, it's a start in the middle of the game. Maybe it's a start of a tactic because they started for some time now. Looks good. Looks good. What's the eval bar saying? Plus 0.67. It was 0.80 or something. Not quite a very bad move. And I don't think white can threaten that pawn on f6. And there is another thing. It's the pair of bishop. The bishop's pair. So the black enjoys the bishop pair now. Nice one. Okay, as long as this pawn stays here, stopping the knight. Okay. What else can Alireza do? I think I know why he delayed swinging the rook to e8. I mean, of course, queen would have moved. I don't know exactly where. Probably here. Also, knight c3 will attack the isolated pawn a4. So in case any of our friends will be joining the stream or they will be revisiting at some point, look what bad is, my chess friends, to having an isolated pawn. An isolated pawn is difficult to defend, and you need to keep pieces to defend them. And something like knight c3 will keep an eye on that pawn continuously. And I don't know, is Nakamura going to keep the rook just to defend the pawn? Because you can't afford losing. You can't afford losing that pawn with black. So he'll probably have to keep the rook or what? Pushing this guy? This is madness. This is absolutely madness. So that's the reason I think why the engine gives a plus 0.67 for Alireza. Because this guy is very isolated and badly positioned, if I may express myself like this. A knight c3 would be very active, pretty much stopping any pawn moves. The rook sort of has to stay here for the time being. So probably that was the case for Alireza to play queen e2 in the first place, because he knows that Nakamura can't really move the rook, so to speak. That's what I think. That's what I think, at least. And yeah, of course he'll play knight c3. Of course. Yeah, that makes like a good plan. Sounds like a good plan. We've got to be very cautious with the move you've suggested, Hello, Max. The move you've suggested with b5, you've got to be careful because the bishop also eyes your pawn. Not mentioning that black will take it back anyway, your guy here. So you've got to be careful when you push. So you've got to choose the right moment to pushing b4 to b5. So you got to choose the right moment. You can't just push it. I mean, you can't just push it and then a3 to drop, because then you do have a problem. So we got to be careful with pushing that pawn forwards. What I think Alireza plans to do here, so I mean, if you keep it simple and efficient, is awesome. Imagine knight c3, queen c2, for instance. That might be the case. That might be the case. And whoa, knight b2. Dude, this guy is Alireza is really surprising. I mean, I thought knight c3 is the deal here, because also you sort of want to keep an eye to, c6 never moving down. So you play knight b2. He played knight b2. Okay, that still allows queen c2, right? And then we got double attack on a4. If you want to look at this. Very nice pun, that joke. And you're welcome, bud. It's nice if you want to peekaboo here. That is nice. So I was just talking with my friend here, my chess friend here. Hello, David. That queen to c2 would make a double attack on a4. I think that looks good. I think it's good. I think it's good. Not gonna be an easy endgame. Probably black, as I said, black wants to play some bishop d6. And I think the problem for black is actually after queen c2 attacking twice on a4, what is black going to do? Is black going to play like a queen somewhere on the a file? Just say. I mean, if you don't do that, a4 is going to fall. And if a4 is going to fall, then you do have a problem. So it looks like black needs to play defensively for a while. What do you think, David? Am I correct? Do you have a different opinion? That jokes, do you have a different opinion? How would you envisage best attacking move for white here? Well, it is black's turn. So now probably Nakamura either does bishop d6 or something with the queen. Well, queen a6? Yeah, why the hell not? Queen a6? Maybe. Queen a6. I think he's happy to trade off the queens. I think black would be happy to trade off queens at this stage, right, guys? I mean, the white queen is quite annoying now, especially after a move like queen c2. So you better just get him off the board. And then if Nakamura keeps it and, if a4 kind of is defended, yeah, queen b5, another option. I was just about to say that. Well, I should have said it. Yeah. So queen b5. He wants to trade off. And actually now, he'd be incredibly happy if Alireza took on b5, because that will solve the problem with the isolated pawn on a4, which is currently defended by two pieces. So if white takes now, black takes back with c takes b, and then he has a natural structure here, and the pawns look after each other, so to speak. But then again, probably on long term, Alireza could do knight d1, knight c3, pressurizing this guy on d5. And then Nakamura probably has to play bishop c6, and its bishop will become a pawn. Maybe, and that will allow the white rook to coming on the 6th rank, attacking here, attacking the bishop. So if you want to look at like 4 or 5 moves in the future, that could be potential scenarios here. Just tell me your thoughts, guys, if you think you might agree. Again, I think Nakamura would be happy if white were to take on b5. I don't know if Alireza wants to, though. I don't know what this guy's gonna play. I'm not quite sure at the minute. He's gonna play queen d2. He's gonna play queen c2. What is he gonna play? That's a good question. For sure as hell now, bishop d6, Queen d2. There you go. I played like Ali Reza. Well, at least a modest queen move on d2. What? Okay, I'll tell you what queen d2 means in my interpretation here, guys. Queen d2 means that Nakamura cannot play bishop d6. That's what it means. Because if you do that, I'm going to play queen h6. And that's exactly what it means. So if it's not incredibly clear, I think this is the right interpretation. You can agree or not. But I think queen d2 not just refuses to trade queens off, which would have helped Nakamura, but also means that you cannot really play bishop d6 because you're going to give me h6. And this is quite dangerous. What do you think? What do you think, fellas? What do you think? Hello, Max. David, do you think, guys, that might be the case? Queen d2 stops bishop d6, right? I mean, it sort of like keeps the bishop where they are. Which I don't know. Will Naka play king f7? Thank you, Hello, Max, for having a similar thought, though that means that probably makes sense what I'm saying. I mean, look, we might not be Nakamura at the minute or Ali Reza, but we can understand some of their thoughts and thinking processes, and maybe, maybe most of them. Yeah, playing chess is like a continuous data collection and then applying them in time, you see. So we may not be playing like them, but we do understand a lot of their stuff that they play. I mean, I know, it's post factum. We do get it, though. Knight d3 is excellent, man. Knight d3, knight c5 might be quite a brilliant outpost. Now, we got to think about that one a bit, Elovite. So knight d3, knight c5. Just imagine bishop took. If bishop took, you'll be helping black to create a pass pawn. For one. You might be able to take h6, I don't deny. But how on earth would you be planting your knight here? Because you cannot. So, okay, that might be inviting the rook. But probably Nakamura will be playing some rook to e8 on time. So, interesting. I'm not denying. Knight on b2 doesn't do a great deal of nothing. But let me tell you another thought, Elo Max. I'm not denying knight d3. It's not quite reasonable. I'm still thinking about it. Knight d2. Knight d1, knight c3. Which, you know what that offers? Constant attack on a4. 1. This dark square bishop really doesn't do too many things at the minute. Let him there for the time being. And maybe we can find some good spot for this guy on f3. Let's see. Could we play, in principle, queen c2 and then perhaps a knight to h4 and then sacking here? Queen to c2, double pressure on a4, which would keep queen and rook defending the pawn. Knight to h5, and then sacking on g6 potentially. And I'm going to think about knight d3 maybe later. And let me tell you something, maybe knight d3, knight f4 with the prospect of taking on g6, which is a little bit weakened. Now, Nakamura won't just wait. I assume he'll do something about this. Maybe king f7, this kind of things. But it's tricky because queen h6, well, you can't do queen h6 now, can you? But anyway, it's interesting. Queen c2 definitely keeps double power here. And then, maybe some knight h4, just keep them concerned about the possible sacrifice. Hey, what's this, man? Bishop d6 by Nakamura, are you serious? Hey, look at the eval bar, dudes. What did we speak about this one? Hello, Max. How is this possible, man? How is this possible, Nakamura playing bishop d6? We just discussed that h6 is completely vulnerable now. Whoa. And you know something, hello, Max? After Nakamura placed the bishop on d6, the eval bar went right up on plus 1.21. What? Okay, look, if he doesn't play queen h6 now, I don't know Okay. I don't know. I think you should. I think you should. Queen h6, knight h4. Very scary, man. Queen h6, knight h4. What do you think, Hello Max? Do you have a better attacking plan? What do you think? Okay, let's just and also rook e3, rook g3. So let's look at this one. Queen h6, knight h5, and knight h4. Queen g, yeah, rook g3 can't move now, but anyway, maybe some rook lift somehow. Okay, I don't know. What? Okay, okay. I'm gonna ask the freaking engine if Queen h6 was an option. I guess now he a little bit changed. He wants to play knight g4, obviously. Well, he wants to play Queen h6 and knight g4. That's what he want to play. And now I'm gonna go back just a little bit because I want to ask the engine if they consider Queen h6 would have been better here now. No, it's not. It's knight h2 and knight d3, the move you've suggested like ages ago. Knight d3, rook e8, rook takes, bishop takes, queen e3, king f7, knight h2, king f7, knight d3. Knight d3 is being instrumental. Knight d3. Okay. So your move knight d3 has been in the cards forever. Knight d3 as probably one very active way to get your guys to do something. Oh, and also you get rid of the bishop probably. Knight d3, knight c5, you get rid of the bishop. Not bad at all. Now he chose to play knight h2, which probably wants to go on g4. And you know something, he can play knight d3, knight c5 at a later time, perhaps. Knight d3, knight c5 is just brilliant. Queen h6, knight g4, and I think it's quite scary. It's quite scary. Anyway, he played the engine's second line, which is almost a victory in itself. I mean, if you manage to play like a machine, I think that's awesome for a human. It's awesome for a human to be like a machine. What's interestingly disturbing is that the AI also can write down some very creative poetry. So that's quite scary. You don't know if they actually got a soul or they fake having a soul. Very interesting. The age of the AI, artificial intelligence. Will it develop consciousness or not? Or consciousness will be using their complex systems. We don't know. You are in daily 900. Oh, dude, Elo Max. That means, okay, I'm going to make another tournament, man. If you got 951, you are in it. I think you should be participating. I'm going to make another one tonight, I think, for starting it tomorrow, maybe. The other guys are still fighting in a fish around them. So I think I'm going to start another daily tournament with our boys at the club and wherever I may roam with our guys in the club. Yeah, and that's awesome because you will be participating. You and the other guys at the club, the other friends. Awesome job, excellent, Hello Max. Very good news, man. Very good news. Now Nakamura is having a thought here. This is slightly concerning for them. This is slightly concerning. I think he's also concerned about knight d3, knight c5. He's also concerned about queen h6 and knight g4. Can you imagine now? Alireza would also be happy if Nakamura wanted to take the knight. Because if this bishop disappeared, if the bishop d6 disappeared, that would be a nightmare for Nakamura to having knight on c5 forever. A nightmare. A living nightmare. Jesus, do you see this, people? If this guy were to disappear, the bishop d6 were to disappear, if the prospect of knight to c5 is just one of those super scary things. Must be very tough for Nakamura. He can't even play rook e8. Can you believe that? He can't even do rook e8 because after rooks come off the board, you can't defend twice a4 after something like queen c2, queen d1. I don't know which one's strongest. So he can't even use the rook to counteract the other rook. He cannot. This is unbelievable. It's. I think Nakamura is very, very frustrated and unhappy with the current position. I don't think he's comfortable at all. So psychologically, I think that's not very happy position here for Hikaru, which I think is the second ranked in the world now, I think, in classical chess, right? Yesterday was Fabi. Hey, what's that? Queen b8. So I'm streaming, sweetie. Yeah, take stuff, whatever you want to take if you want to take something. So, queen to b8 and bishop to d6, double attack on the knight. Now he's got to play the knight. He's got to play the knight. And if this happens, they just go here. Well, if knight g4 and this... No, they can't. It's a disaster. Jesus. Knight g4 is that's it. Knight g4. What else? What do you think, guys? Is knight g4, knight f3? Of course it's knight g4, right? Am I missing something? Hello, Max. Am I missing something? David, you think knight g4? If you were Ali Reza now, would you play knight g4? What would you play, guys? I would play knight g4, I think. Well, it makes sense, right? It makes a lot of sense. Not just sense. It makes a lot of sense. Oh boy, this is so difficult for Nakamura. Very difficult. I mean, this is already getting desperate from Hikaru's point of view. Man, this is getting desperate now. Knight g4, then you've got this weakness, you got this weakness. Queen will be playing on h6, and if the knight is on g4, you've got a bit of a problem. And if any of those two bishops trades the knight, I mean, if this guy takes, again, that means that the rook will be launching on the e-file. And this is just looking not very good for Hikaru. Wow. Wow. I mean, this is one of those rare games in which the bishop pair is being deemed almost useless compared with the pair of knights. This is just unbelievable because we all know in almost, all the books, the pair of bishops is being lauded as the most superior, if I may express that. It's way better than the pair of knights. But in our game now, believe it or not, in this game we're witnessing now, guys, the pair of knights is actually stronger now, looks like it. I mean, this bishops looks incredibly interestingly positioned. Diagonally, they hit on the white's king's fortress, but hey, after something like knight g4, the bishop takes, pawn takes, and then you've got a rook incursion here. And the problem is this isolated pawn too. Queen c2, queen d1. What are you going to do about pawn on a4? So there are quite a few threats here. Okay, I suspect now that Alireza takes his time because after knight g4, this guy will very likely capture. Then pawn takes. Well, okay, I think he can live with that. Actually, c6. Oh, you've got to be joking, man. Knight f1. Huh. The Valba goes a bit down now. I mean, he lost the edge. I reckon probably knight g4 would have been stronger. Okay, let me go back a bit. Let me ask the almighty engine. Hey, knight g4, man. Okay, at least I got a move better than Alireza. Knight g4 would have been the engine's top move, and that's what I would have played myself, as I have told you guys. Knight f3 is the second line, and knight f1, what he actually did play, is the third line. But definitely knight g4 would have been probably the better choice here. He should have played knight g4. Bishop takes. Pawn takes. And black is having again the same problems. Well, okay, bishop plays here, you know. But then you're going to move it away on c2. And then you attack this guy and you attack this guy. They can't defend them both that easily. Probably with queen needs to go back on b5, to which probably rook goes on e6. Again, this guy would have taken on g4. So it applies only in this scenario. Hello, Gasson. Hey, man, that's so good to hear you, dude. Yeah, you live in Norway, right? You're Norwegian, so you're right there. Whoa, did you manage to take a selfie with Magnus? Did you take a selfie with Magnus? Did you ask him for an autograph or something? To put on a pair of sneakers from Puma that they've launched now? That's very good, guys, and I'm happy for you, man. That's so good. You've been right there. Took a lot of photos. Did they allow you to take photos? You've seen history right in the making, Yasin. You've seen chess history in the making right before your eyes. That's amazing. So I was just about to say that knight g4, which actually the computer favors, but Alireza went for knight f1. Engine's third line. King goes on g7 because they want to stop the queen, obviously. And knight to e3. Okay. All right. Fine. h5 being played, and now Alireza's turn. I think Elo Max suggested ages ago some knight d3, knight c5, which I think is awesome. Will Alireza consider something like queen c2? We'll see. Queen c2, then maybe knight d3. Queen c2 because you want to attack it, but probably black queen will be moving back on b5 where they were, I suspect. So how was on Saturday, Gasson? How was it, man? Did you stay for like 4 hours to watching games live in the auditorium? Have you been in the audience? Watching the games live and stuff? Okie dokie. So, Alireza's turn now. Right, so we got like half an hour max of this game. So we're gonna be staying, until this game ends. We're gonna be discussing a few ideas here. Okay, what might be the plan for white here? Now, as long as this guy is isolated, I think it's worth keeping some attack on it. Double attack. That would be queen to c2 or queen to d1. That is. Queen to d1 would allow some queen f3? Maybe. Maybe. But also knight d3, knight c5. It's not that bad, I guess. Although, if bishop takes and pawn takes, that allows a black pawn, a passed black pawn. So you've got to keep an eye on that guy. You've got to keep an eye on that guy. Okie dokie. Let me check. Is it on LinkedIn? I think it should be okay, right? So, hey, knight d3. Hello, Max. You're still there, brother? Because knight d3 is being played. Your suggestions ages ago. Knight d3 has been suggested after some like 10 moves. Look, knight on d3 was a good move to be played for like, I don't know, like 7-8 moves ago. I mean, you can't keep the knight there forever unless you want to do some queen c2, queen d1 and attack twice on a4. So he finally decided knight d3. Now I reckon knight c5 is the next stop for that knight. Is that going to be the case? What do you think, Hello Max, about the idea bishop takes, pawn takes, and you sort of create a little bit of a passed pawn here? What do you think? Hello, Chandu. So, what are you proposing? Knight at e3 to f5 after pawn takes rook to e7. What pawn takes rook to e7? Sorry, you've got to tell me what move might that be, because pawn to e7 being here, I don't quite gather the plan you are suggesting, Chandu. f5, what? You probably mean knight c5, bishop takes. So then you're thinking about, then okay, you want to do a knight sacrifice or something? It's still not clear what. Ah, okay, you want to sack the knight. You want to sack the knight like, well, it's black's turn. So let me, well, you can't sack the knight now, can you? Not as long as the bishop is here. So you're probably referring after the black bishop were to take the knight, if I'm correct, Chando. So you mean knight c5, and if bishop takes and pawn takes, then you think about this. I just try to get it a bit clear. Oh, no, that's a live game. No. This is a very, very live game in between Alireza and Hikaru. Alireza with white, Hikaru with black. And this is a very interesting game. And yeah, I'll stay for like 20 minutes now because I want to figure out what's going on. What might be the result here? That's okay. I know. It's very good that you are in the puzzle mode. It's very good. That's how you will become a grandmaster, Chando. That's how you will become a grandmaster. Then I'll ask you for an autograph and stuff. And exclusivity for an interview. With your favorite streamer, that is. Okay. So, what do you think, Chando? Where do you want to get the knight on d3? You get it on c5? That is correct. You got to think, Max is correct. I mean, you've got to see every single position as a puzzle leading to victory. Or at least to a draw, that is, okay. So every single frame and scene and move, you could see it as a part of a puzzle. Every single position is a puzzle. So practically you will be solving like hundreds of puzzles per game. Let's put it this way. Hundreds of puzzles per game, if not more. Because you got to calculate a lot of branches. And then you got to come up with the accurate conclusion if that's correct or not. Or what's the correct way to proceed. So yeah, you could see a chess game as a almost endless streak of puzzles. Well, a few hundreds, that is. So here comes the power of the puzzle solver. If you are a veteran and if you are habituated with just doing puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, then yeah. Hey, Queen c8, look at this. Queen c8, is he wanna sacking on h3? Is Nakamura planning on a little sacrifice here, boys? Look at this, people. Hey, this is a bit scary, man. I mean, what do you play here? It's Alireza's turn because Nakamura just played Queen c8 with a very scary battery aiming right at h3. Excuse me, what do we do? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. How do you, what would you play, people, if you were Ali Reza here? I mean, no, really. I mean, I'm assuming Naka wants to hit the h3 pawn. Takes. How does Naka say during his streams? Takes, takes, takes. Does he say that? Takes, takes, takes? And after takes, 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 then we got a bit of a problem because queen is on h3 and the other bishop is here. I mean, aiming at least. So in Nakamura's way of expression, takes, 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 and then you got a queen and the bishop here aiming at h2. A little bit concerning. Whoa. Nice battery hitting on h3. Is he going to do it? Of course he's going to do it. Of course he's going to do it. There is nothing else. Now, how does Ali Reza meet that? Oh boy. Oh boy. What is Ali Reza going to play? I just wonder very much. Hey, I have a crazy idea. Well, the engine is off, so I don't know if I'm correct or not. What do you think about rook e to c1? And in case this guy takes, you're just going to take on d5, threatening a very nasty fork on b6. I mean, he takes, okay, don't do nothing. You just take on e5. Oh my God. Is it? Well, then my mind now works exactly like an engine, Chandu. Thank you very much. Is it an engine move, rook c1? Okay, now you got me curious. I'm gonna switch on the engine line. Hey, there you go, rook c1. Hey, I can move like an engine sometime. Man, don't say that. Just say the engineer. Don't say that. Oh boy. Anyway, that was like the engine's second line. So I'm not. Hey, Ali Reza played the first line of the engine. He played h4. Jesus Christ. Okay. Look, sometimes I do play like Stonefish. That was a nice idea, but I've explained for everybody. Why. Now, h4 means that if you get the bishop here, you're not going to get nothing, and nothing's going to happen. And I reckon, guys, believe it or not, I reckon rook c1 is still on the cards. I guess. Okay, I turned off the engine now. No more engine, baby. Okay, I'm going to leave the evaluation bar, just in any case. Okay. So, Ali Reza did play the first line of the engine with h4. And I would have seriously considering rooks. If I was Ali Reza, probably I would have played rook e to c. Just for the sake of being really aggressive and stuff. Now, I mean, I wouldn't care about that pawn because I just create a little havoc here, like seriously aggressive. But after h4, how can he use a dark square battery? In terms of what? Bishop b8, queen c7, you mean? Yeah, I understand now what you mean. Now, that might take, I think, quite a while. In the minute he drops bishop to b8, I think the alarm bell goes immediately for Ali Reza, and he will understand exactly what's going on. So he will take measures after bishop b8. He will take measures right now, pronto. So let's think about this one. Hey, he didn't play that. He played bishop e6, which is an incredibly defensive move. Okay, let's get the rook over to c, right? We get the rook to c? Wait a minute. Okay, I guess Chandu, that's a nice little plan. Hey, knight c5, the old outpost, so to speak. Knight c5. Hitting this guy, and if we play the knight on e3 somewhere, I don't know where, how, when, but you got a double attack here, which might be forcing the bishop to take. And the question would be, boys, would you guys tell me if you think, in case bishop takes on c5, should white take with b or should white take with d? D or B, bloom or diamond? Now, I would be very interested, Elo Max, to hear your option on this one, and Chandu as well. If black bishop takes, do you take back with B or with D? You guys gonna be grandmasters, man. And I would be very happy if this were to happen. Yes, with B. We want to take with B in principle, I guess, because, yeah, that clears the way for the rook. And there is a little bit of a discomfort here if we were to take with the D pawn. You create a pass pawn, people. So that's a bit dangerous in principle. This is dangerous. And this guy can come, oopsie daisy. And if you take like this, after this pawn moves down, even given the pawn for free, then you've got a massive problem. You've got a huge problem. So if bishop were to take on c5, people, I guess we've got to take either with B or with the queen. I mean, is that the reason he played queen c2? Just saying. Yeah, you guys going to have a great chess career ahead of you. I don't know. Will you be like world champions one day? One of, one after another? Chandu, you're on the right track, dude. You gotta keep doing it, man. And keep doing it. I'm very happy to hear that, Chandu. And do your puzzles. Now, because you've got the diamond, do as many as you can. And don't forget the sports, man. If you want to play a very good chess, you got to have a very good, so to speak, physical body, if I may say that. Because, yeah, if you are sort of fit, your thinking gets, better. So just put it in, just for chess benefit. The fitter you are, the fitter you are, the better chess you will play anyway. So don't neglect the sports or the physical activity, guys. Really. Whatever that is, cycling. Elo Max, I heard he does climbing. Fabulous. I would if I wasn't that heavy. Whatever that is, guys. Swimming, whatever you do. Even just running, I think it's absolutely fabulous. So, I see if knight on e3 goes on d5. After pawn take, then knight to e5 check. Knight to e5. Plus, and take the black queen. I mean, if knight on e3 goes on d5, after pawn take the knight. What? After pawn take the knight. e6, sorry. Okay, we get there. Very interesting thoughts. Let me follow your sequence. I'm very, very curious on your thoughts. It won't be a fork indeed. Plus e6 is guarded now by 2 pieces, so I'm not quite right. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What I think Elo Max says is, if knight were to take the pawn and the pawn takes, but let me tell you something, Elo Max, I think black would take with the bishop. Right? I mean, yeah, okay. Knight plays, and if pawn takes, yeah, but okay, this is how do we know it's not going to take with the bishop? So I don't think we want to do this. I think that's sort of like losing. Knight takes d5, bishop takes d5. Nothing's going to happen. Okay, now that's a different approach now. Rook e to c1. Okay, that's a very straightforward putting pressure on a very weak pawn. Yes, it's an if, sort of. More like a I would like to. do that, and I would like my opponents to play a bad move, which, guys, we've got as much as possible to stay away from hopeful chess, from wishful chess. We're not going to win hoping Nakamura plays a mistake here. I don't think Alireza will win in this fashion. But definitely Alireza can beat Hikaru if he just gangs up on the c6 pawn. Absolutely. So he played bishop to f4, probably take the knight. Okay. Is he what? No, I don't know. I got to think about this one. Guys, have you probably noticed? Oh, whoa, what's that? Knight d3. Hey, I like this. Knight d3, double attack on c6, and knight attacking the bishop. It can't be that bad, can it? Okay, so now bishop takes the knight, e3, f2 takes e3, and then black needs to defend this guy, but he's got plenty of possibilities, ranging from bishop e8 to rook a6 or rook c7, although rook c7 drops the a4 pawn. So probably rook a6, guys. So it can still be a draw, although white is a bit better. And in 11 minutes, we'll know who wins the game. I really like to focus on this one. I love it. Rook a6, knight c5. Rook a6. Yeah, but now I think Hikaru takes the knight, right? What do you think? Is he going to drop the knight back to just making it like a repetition? I mean, it's not excluded, guys. We're seeing Nakamura dropping the bishop back. Not excluded. Although, I think Naka would be happy with the draw. Huh. This bishop is very bad. This bishop is really, really bad. I mean, very bad bishop. And there is another subtlety here, guys. You know, if this g5 were to be played, so let's say bishop h6 and then g5. I think that starts looking good because you've got also bishop g6. Hey, bishop d6 being played back. Bishop d6. And now, is he gonna go back on c5, therefore drawing? You're gonna do this 2 more times and then that's a draw. That's it. Is he gonna draw? I don't think so. I don't think Alireza wants to draw. I think you can actually play it a bit more, but it's very, very, very risky. Very, very risky. Well, of course it is. They've always been risky, right? Is he going to play knight c5, people? What do you think? Chandu? Hello, Max? He going to play knight c5 back? Or is he going to think about something else? Hey, we've got a time thing here. It's 3 minutes and something for Firouzja and 6 minutes and something for Naka. Trading queens. I think I would trade queens. Hey, he went back, man. Yes, he was, Chando. I remember you were right here with me. I remember that. I was talking to you. And Gukesh went low on time, and actually they drew in the end. Hey, he went back. He went back, people. He didn't take on c6. He went back. Don't tell me he wants to draw. Yes, I think so. I think so. Very wise and spot on from Hello Max. Indeed. Guys, when you're having like 2 minutes on the clock and the position is crazy complicated with very wild turns, twists and turns, perhaps it's good to just draw. Now, if you have like half an hour on the clock, okay, think more. But if you're just below 3 minutes and the situation is not going to get any easier, you're going to need you're going to need a yeah, there you go, guys. They drew, boys. They drew. Of course they drew. Yeah, he did accept it. He did accept it. They drew. Absolutely, man. They did draw. No, this is just crazy, crazy complicated. It is plus 0.75 for K4, but that's not an easy win, and you need more than 2 minutes 50 seconds. You need more than 2 minutes 55 seconds to win against Nakamura. And Nakamura is just number 2 on the planet. At the minute, I think. Number 2 on the planet. You can't play with number 2 on the planet with 2 minutes 50 seconds something. It's incredibly complicated. So, okay, I think it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Is it? Oh, hey, did they change it? Okay, okay, okay. Wait a minute. I thought it was Hikaru yesterday. Wasn't it Hikaru yesterday? Okay, where was that thing? There was standing somewhere. Magnus 1, Alireza 2, Liran 3, Yan 4. Okay. I gotta double check that one to just refresh it. Wait, I thought it's Fabi yesterday, number 2. Wasn't he? On classical chess, I mean. Okay. Any other dramatic thing? Okay. They will be playing Armageddon. They will be playing in Armageddon, guys. Hikaru and Alireza. That's something. Dudes, that's gonna be a lot of fun to be watching and learning from. That's gonna be a lot of fun, boys. A lot of fun. So, hello Max, because you've got like 900 and something in the daily, I'll be making another tournament. Chando, what's your daily rating, man? In case you want to play in the tournament, I'm going to make another tournament. Maybe a daily one, and I'd be very happy for you guys to play. Uh-huh. Okay, that's good, 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 good. Okay, boys. So hello Max Chando, guys. Thank you for being here with me, fellas. I appreciate you spending your time here. I think I'm very happy to read that from you, Chando. Daily puzzle. Okay, let's do a daily puzzle and then probably we'll conclude together, people. What's this? That's June 5th. Hey, but that's what's that? This is a Monday. This is a Monday puzzle, right? So how difficult can this be then, hey? So what we're gonna do this? They're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Or is it something else? Or I'm gonna start this. They're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. I don't know how many seconds. Queen to b5 check. They push, I take, and if they play, I'll just do this. Yeah. So probably queen b5. If c takes, and if bishop e2, then back rank. So I think that might be it. One. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What the heck's going on? Okay, let's try the other way. Rook to h1. King goes on here. Ah, and then this guy. Right. Yeah. Rook h1, king e2, and then queen over to e4, check and mate. Yes. Yeah. Oh, no, I was thinking it's something to do with the b5. I was thinking it's like b5 and things. Yeah. Nice one. Nice little one for a Monday. Okay, so boys, I shall see you tomorrow evening. You coming by again, guys? Tomorrow evening, let's say 7 p.m. UK time as per usual. I don't know what's the time in your respective countries, but yeah. Thank you, Chando. And thank you, Hello Max. I appreciate, guys. Have a wonderful remainder of the day. And I shall see you people tomorrow then. Oh, whoa, dude. 12:30, you mean AM, right? Midnight or PM? Lunch. Is it lunch or PM? I mean lunch or AM? Aha, no worries. Midnight. Oh my God. Dude, go to sleep now. You gotta go to school tomorrow. I don't want to keep you awake. Go to sleep right now. Do some meditation. Go to sleep, buddy. Okay. Thank you, fellas. See you when I see you. If you can tomorrow, fine. If you cannot, that's fine. Okie dokie. Cheers.